Justin Cooper going into Ironman, the final round of the season. Look, there's still the possibility of a championship. It's slim. So, do you go in with added aggression, or do you go in and just absolutely do the best you can? I mean, we could have some rough riding.
Yeah, I mean, I think all I can do at this point is try to do the best I can and win. That's the goal is to win. A lot really has to go in my favor for it to work out for me, but as we can see, the season's been pretty chaotic. A lot can happen, and it's not over till it's over. So if the opportunity presents itself and maybe things are looking up for me, we'll get aggressive. And I don't want to make any enemies out there. I don't. That's not really my style. So I will definitely make an aggressive pass if needed, but it'll just be to get to the front.
Yeah, we saw that last week at
that track was really hard to pass on, so I definitely didn't want to let Hunter get away, and I definitely wanted to strike while the opportunity was there. So, a lot can happen. I'm going to leave it up in the air, and just it's cool to be in the position to even be in contention. I feel like missing a race and all that kind of hindered the championship hopes, but things have came back around for me. Some things have gone wrong for other guys, and we're back in it, kind of. So it's not over till it's over. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we'll get lucky.
I feel like no matter what, you have to walk away with positives. You mentioned missing a race, but you're still in it. You're still healthy. You still had a lot of good results. So it's still there. Yeah, I mean,
I can't go into tomorrow and be bummed if I don't get it. It's not really close, but at the same time, stuff happens. So we'll see if something does happen. We'll be there to capitalize on it, and just looking to have one more good race, get out on top, get a win finally.
With Motocross of Nations coming up, we know that you're getting married, and unfortunately the schedules kind of got changed and messed that up for you. So sitting at home as a fan this year, who would you like to see our team beat?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Chase do it again. I don't know if Deegs is going to be there, but if not him, then I think RJ's always a good bet. He's willing to put it on the line for our country, and always aggressive, always gives it all. So he'd be a good pick. And then 450 riders, we got a bunch to pick from. AP, Coop, Barsha, Anderson, those guys are all. It's hard. I wouldn't want to be the guy picking it. So they all have their positives to going, and I'm just excited to sit back and watch it unfold, see who they pick, and root those guys on from there.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get to watch it, but you'll be busy that weekend.
Yeah, I'll have to keep updates on it, but maybe won't get to watch it that day.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
wife. The new wife may not want you watching racing.
Yeah, no, I think she'll be watching with me.
Okay.
We'll get through the wedding, have fun there, and I'm sure we'll get updates throughout the day. I'm sure there'll be people watching it there. So, we'll have to watch it after the wedding for sure.
All right, Adam, we're here at Budds Creek. Pro Motocross season's almost over. I feel like you should be really happy with your riding. Like every week I see improvements. Last week in particular, leading a bunch of laps. Like it's there. You're getting closer.
Yeah, it's been gradual improvement for me through both Supercross and Motocross, and pretty much every goal I've had for the year I've accomplished, and I feel great about it. Of course, I have a lot of speed, and I believe that I can win, be on the podium more than I am now, but that was my primary focus, is to race all the races, and sometimes maybe I've been a bit overly cautious, but I'm still here. I'm in a good position in points going into the playoffs and having a blast every weekend, so I definitely can't complain, and definitely last week was a good sign for me, leading laps, being up there for like 25 minutes. My fitness feels great. It's unfortunate that sometimes I have to back it down because of the hand at the end of the moto. Kind of tough, but everything's coming around. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and I think I'm in a great spot heading into the playoffs.
Do you feel like the stem cell treatments that you've done are helping?
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel gradual improvement with the hand and the grip strength and just strength in general. During the off season, I really wasn't able to do too much upper body stuff. just because I could flare it up and it'd be difficult to ride and get the laps in, and obviously that's the primary focus. And this summer I've started to kind of put on some muscle again, do more stuff in the gym, which is really helping me. Man, those bikes are pretty tough to manhandle around when you're only doing some light band work and activation stuff in the gym. So putting on some muscle has helped me. It's a bit difficult to make big gains like that during the season, but we've done what we can to manage that. I feel like everything's coming together, man. I couldn't be happier.
Going into this inaugural SuperMotocross season, I'm sure you're excited to see how it's going to play out. Does it feel like a little bit of a reset?
I mean, just in life in general, I try to take it one day at a time and do my best. I think I have a lot of really good momentum on my side. Like I said, I feel I've gotten better throughout the year. In the start of the year, if you would have told me I'm where I'm at now in points and just with results and everything, I would have taken it every day of the week. I really wasn't sure if I still had the ability to kind of get up there and battle for podiums and wins. And I've gotten a lot of fifths, sixths, things like that, but I've shown myself enough flashes where I know I still have it, which is just it's nice for me because I've put everything into this. So yeah, a bit of a reset, but we're focused on tomorrow, and then we'll get down to some Supercross testing.
How we feel about Ironman as a track? Is this? I'm hearing from a lot of guys it's like one of their favorite tracks. So
yeah, it's a really good racetrack. Really ruddy, tacky. I really like it because I'm kind of like a roll speed guy. Going into some of these big ruts, getting it leaned over, have that big tabletop in the middle, and good memories here from 2019 and a few other podiums I've gotten here as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Ryder DiFrancesco, so far your rookie season. It's coming to an end here at the last Pro National. How do you feel your results have been? Are you happy with where you're at? What do you need to work on?
It's been a year full of learning. Started out like decent and got a lot better to like round 4, and then kind of went through like a slump there for like 4 rounds, and then now we're back to feeling best we have all season. So honestly, wish there was like 2 or 3 more rounds, but hopefully to end it off here good, and then go on to the SMX races and still making that progress.
You mentioned it kind of seemed like a slump a little bit. Was there something that you were struggling with, dealing with, or was it just bad motos?
I think figuring out like your program during the week, what you're doing during race day, and I think that was the biggest part. Like I was riding 2 to 3 days a week, and then I finally had to back myself down and learn how my body works during the season because I haven't raced like this ever. Amateur races, you do race a lot, but it's never consecutive weeks. So just learning yourself out, and I'm glad I went through this and learned and raced every race this season.
Have you done anything off the bike fitness-wise to try to adjust for the different races? Has there been a change in your program?
Not really. I think when I went through that slump, like it was almost guessing, and we tried to change a couple things and almost went backwards. So the last couple weeks have just been consistency and just doing what I've been doing, and we've been prevailing. So just trust the process, and the next couple races should be all right.
Sounds like there may be some changes to the program next year. Change can be good. What do you feel about just looking ahead to 2024? Are you excited?
Yeah, super excited. I think the change is always good for everybody. New people, obviously new color. But yeah, I'm excited and just to figure out the whole process again and learn a new bike. I haven't done that yet in my career, so really don't know what to expect, but it should be all right.
Do you Budds Creek? You said is one of your favorite tracks, so we expect good results tomorrow. Podium? We're gonna get a podium tomorrow?
Moto podium or even overall. I think like a good goal would be top 5, but like the unrealistic goal is top 3. If it comes, it comes. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. So end it off on a good note.
Okay, Seth Hammaker up here at Ironman. Where does this track rank on your favorite tracks? Because it seems to be up there for a lot of guys.
Yeah, it's up there for me. I would say maybe 3 to 4. It's pretty far up there. Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. Last year was my first year here, so got to experience it. Yeah, I never raced here as an amateur or anything, so just for Pro Nationals. But yeah, it's good last year and hoping to be good this year.
So now that we're close to the end of the Pro Motocross season, and it's really exciting that we're going into the inaugural season of SuperMotocross, how do you feel about your season as a whole? And do you feel like SuperMotocross is a reset?
My season as a whole so far, I feel like it's been good. There's definitely been up and downs. Like, I would have liked to have stayed off the ground a little bit more, like some first turn stuff, and then just stuff on my own, like the one at Unadilla, was a bummer. But hey, that stuff, coming back and trying to run that pace that stuff kind of happens a little bit. But overall, I'm happy with how I came back in the middle of the series like that. It's never really easy to do that. And then coming into the last 3 SMX races, I feel like it's a little bit of a reset. Hopefully, I can get my points to guarantee my spot into those 3 races this weekend. But I think even if I do that, I'll be starting with like 2 or 4 points or something, and say like Hunter will have like 26. Which, hey, it's more opportunities to go out there and win races, so I'm excited for that. But hey, and you never know, because I know they're doubling and tripling the points. So I mean, my goal is just to go out there and do the best I can every weekend and see where I fall. So.
Yeah, coming back recently, like you've had some really fast laps. You've been up front, and it seems like you've made some mistakes, some tip overs, and that's really what hurts you. And a lot of that, I would assume, is just getting used to racing again at a race pace.
It is. It's definitely. I feel like that's a lot of it, and it's. I haven't raced a whole lot. Like I've raced the whole season last year, but then I was out for Supercross, and then this year I was out for Supercross again. So it just feels, especially at Redbud, I was like, it felt so out of the ordinary, coming back. But every race it gets better, and being more comfortable running around those top guys. So.
What do you expect out of SuperMotocross? I kind of asked Justin Cooper during the press conference. Like, we don't really know what the tracks are going to be. They're quote-unquote hybrids, so it's hard to know how to set up the bike. Have you guys talked as a team, like how you're going to handle it? Are we going Supercross settings, motocross settings, somewhere in between?
I think right now we're going to start with like a pretty good Supercross setting and then adjust from there. I feel like the jumps, you're going to want that Supercross setting still. And I don't know how rough the track's going to get. I don't know if they're going to be able to like rip it really deep, if it's going to get super bumpy. If it does, I feel like we'll have to go a little bit on the softer side just to handle that stuff. But I want to say maybe a little bit like Monster Cup, but I feel like it's going to be more open and high speed than that even was. Obviously, it doesn't sound like no whoops or anything like that, but I think the first 2, the Charlotte and Chicago one, are going to be more open and high speed, and then the Coliseum, I feel like, is going to be pretty much like a Monster Cup. I would expect that one to be just like it.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. Looking for let's get a good result this weekend and keep it off the ground. That's the main thing.
Keep it off the ground and let's go for it.